Hello, good morning, and I'm going to explain about the history of economic growth. And I'm Kimomo. My ID number is 1905 3105. In this presentation, I'm going to explain about Thomas Malthus and their Karl Marx. And firstly, I'm going to explain about the Thomas Malthus on population growth. And he is famous in 17th century, and he wrote a book called the NIC on the prejudice of population. So I'm gonna recap the idea, the gist of this book. So the main idea in this book is that in 17th century, of course, like women give birth, 5 to 6 children, and in South Asia, like women give birth to 12 children. So there are large amount of population growth. What he think is that if we have a large amount of population, and we won't have enough food to provide them in the future. Although he's aware that there are technology that will help the agriculture and the other food production sector to produce more and more, but that is not enough unless we reduce the amount of population growth. And if that happens, like if there are gap between the population growth and the food provision, and we will have a war, disease, poverty, famine, and there are many crises that we can't even imagine in the future. So to prevent these crises, we have to prevent from now on, like giving birth rate, reducing birth rates, and also encourage late marriage. If women and men married like late marriage, like they're gonna spend more time in work area. So this can help to the this can help the economy to produce to increase the production as well. So his idea is that unless we reduce the large amount of population growth, and we can build a productive and peaceful world. So in this slide, you can see the curve like this. This black curve is the food supply curve. So resources. Of course, like there is a significant improvement in the results. Like we have technology, we have like other things like to produce compared to the 17th century. We have many things like to produce more and more in Japan, Korea, in developed country. But nevertheless, the population growth significantly as well. So if you see in this slide, if you see in this slide, so if we have a gap between the food production and the population curve, so if that happens, we're gonna have a war, diseases, and poverty, and because we don't have enough food to provide this large amount of people unless we reduce the population and we prevent it. But until now, it doesn't happen yet. But in the future, who knows? Like we cannot say that Thomas Malthus' idea is wrong. But in the future, who knows? We will face this or not. And now I'm going to explain about the Karl Marx ideas on the economics. So Karl Marx, as you know, Karl Marx is really famous, and he's known as the communist. But then in this economics, so we don't see him. We don't. I'm not going to explain about the communism of the idea. I'm going to explain about the way he thinks, and the idea that he thinks in the economic sector. So in his belief, he believes that in the true economic, like to improve the economic, labor or workers are the most important one, because labor represent the vast majority of people, vast majority of working class. So although the labor works really hard and they put a lot of effort and time and physical um, uh, uh, physical things, but the profit doesn't go to the vast majority of working class. It goes to the small amount of people who are owners, landlord, and employers of them. So those employers get a lot of money from the production, and so they want to produce more and more, and they want to, the more they get money, the more they get profit. They want more and more. I mean, like, um, there's never ending. So what they do is like they expand their business and they expand their market to the world, but to the world. And also on the other hand, they're greedy and they want more money, so they reduce their worker wages. So what happened is that you know, although workers works like more than 8 hours per day, and they don't have enough they don't have enough things to provide for them, like they don't have enough consumption. They don't own a house, you know, although they work in a company for years, they are still living in a rent, and the amount of the rent like goes higher and higher uh, per year. So and and I'm going to explain about the structure of the uh, you know working class, the structure of the capitalism. Like in the capitalism, the capitalists want people to specialize in one thing, because they believe that if only one person specializes in one thing, and it can produce more, and it can finish the work quickly, and also like there will be less amount of hours that, you know, people will be put their time in working class, so the employers can give can reduce the less wages or to the employees. So what they do is like you can see in the factory, like people only do one things, like for example, um if you work in a company, like let's say it's like if you work in a company called like bag production or like shoes production, like what you have to do is like you don't need to do the whole shoes, like you have to do only one part of making a shoe. So you know, so you have to repeat the same thing, like you have to repeat this thing every day, and it can you know, encourage, like it can make you to lack of your creation innovation to the workers. So that's why Thomas is against the capitalism, and he believes in the labor and working class. So we can. That's why, you know, he believes that capitalism will destroy the human development and human society unless the laborers and workers and come out and make a revolution. Thank you so much, and this is my presentation about that, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.